Hey, before you swipe away, before you decide this is just another thing on your screen, can you give me just a moment? Because I believe this isn't random. Among all the noise pulling at you today, this moment right here was chosen for you. Think of this as a letter, written specifically for this exact moment in your life.
So, let me ask you a question. Why did you stop? You could have just kept going, but something made you pause, right? You might think you just stumbled upon this message, but what if it was sent to find you? What if this pause is anything but a coincidence?
And this is the core idea, that this moment isn't an accident. It's more like an appointment. An appointment that was scheduled for this exact second, long before you were even born, for a reason that is deeply, deeply personal to where you are right now.
Okay, so let's really dive into this idea of a deliberate pause. The thought is that this little interruption in your day isn't just noise. It has a real and maybe even urgent purpose. It's a moment designed to cut through everything else precisely when your heart needs it the most.
See, this interruption isn't just for nothing. It has a point. It's an answer to those quiet questions your soul has been asking when no one's around. It's a reminder that maybe you've been forgetting who you really are, and that's been costing you your peace. And most of all, it's a promise that this timing isn't wasted. There is a very specific reason you needed to hear this right now.
And from here, the message gets a little more personal. It starts to acknowledge something you might be carrying completely in silence, a deep, unseen heaviness. You know, the kind of exhaustion that doesn't always show on the surface, but you feel it in your bones.
And wow, this gets right to the heart of that hidden struggle, doesn't it? It perfectly captures those nights when you look totally fine to the rest of the world, but inside, your thoughts are just in chaos, like they're falling apart piece by piece.
And right after that, there's this. While you were telling yourself to just keep going, just push through one more day, there was a part of you, deep down, your heart, that was quietly, desperately begging for some relief, for just one moment to breathe.
Does any of this sound familiar? That hidden fatigue that you can feel right behind your eyes? Waking up and boom, yesterday's weight is right there with you. When simple, everyday things just feel so much harder than they should. And it's when explaining how you feel is just too exhausting, so silence feels safer. It's that slow, quiet weakening of your inner strength, even as you put on a brave face.
But this is where it all shifts. This is the absolute core of the message. The idea that your true identity, your real fundamental worth, was established and set in stone long before your current struggles ever showed up. Think about this. It completely reframes your origin story. It says that before you were even in the womb, your purpose was already alive. Before any family dynamics came into play, you were already claimed as belonging. Before the world could stick any labels on you, your truest self was recorded. And maybe most importantly, before you ever knew what pain felt like, your value was already decided.
So what is this true identity? Well, it's not something you have to earn. It's not something that can be taken away by life or circumstances. It's something that was established for you before any of this earthly experience began. It is fundamentally untouched by pain, by rejection, or by what anyone else, and I mean anyone, believes about you. Just let that sink in for a second. Pain has never had the authority to rewrite what was established from the very beginning. No matter how deep our hurt has gone, no matter what failures you replay in your mind, this message says they do not have the power to change your fundamental value. That was set in stone long, long before the struggle began.
So what about that feeling of restlessness? You know, that feeling of being so unsettled? Well, this next part reframes that discomfort not as a problem you need to fix, but as a really meaningful signal, a sign that a season in your life is about to change.
Let's look at it this way. That feeling of being so unsettled and confused, it could actually mean your spirit is waking up. And what about when the old comforts, the things that used to work, just don't anymore? Well, that might be preparation for a new season. And that exhaustion, that feeling of being so emotional, maybe, just maybe, it's an invitation to listen really deeply to what's stirring inside you.
And so, as we wrap up, we come to a final, powerful reminder of your unchanging value. It really boils everything we've talked about down into a few essential truths. First and foremost, you have to hear this. You are not accidental. Not your personality, not your sensitivity, not even the parts of you that you struggle to understand. Every single detail was formed with incredible intention.
And second, no matter what has happened, no matter how you feel today, your worth has not moved. It doesn't go up and down based on your strength or your successes or your feelings. Even when you feel weak or disappointed in yourself, your core value remains constant. It is unwavering.
And this is the final promise. What a beautiful, anchoring thought to hold on to. Your name, your very identity, was written somewhere permanent, a place that no darkness, no failure, and no amount of pain can ever reach or erase.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to carry with you. If you could truly accept, really, fully accept, that your value was set long before your struggle ever began, how might that change the way you see yourself, right here, today?